Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, good morning, everyone. How are you today? We are going to have discussion for the subject morpho and syntax. And for today, we are going to have a material about derivation. Before that, I have to make sure that the last material or the last point have been understood by you all, yeah. So we can continue to the next point because it will relate to the previous one. It deals with affixation, yeah. Okay, for derivation, does any one of you have heard about derivation? Yeah, maybe you heard about derived word. For example, this word is derived from the other structure, like that. Yeah, so it is the same condition for derivation, but for the detailed explanation, we straightly discuss about it. The first point to discuss is about the definitions of derivation itself. What is actually derivation? So derivation here is a process of forming new word with different meaning and or different lexical category. So this is a process. According to William O'Grady, derivation forms a new word with a meaning and or category distinct from its base through the additions of an affix. So you still remember about affix, right? Affix is additional element that attach to the root, yeah? So in this case, the derivation deals with affix. What element that attach to the root that change the meaning and also and or, yeah, change the lexical category. And then the next is derivation is a word formation process that involves the additions of affixes to create new word. Yes, it has the same idea with the previous one. And the article explain how to form agent nouns or name of people by adding the suffix er, or, and are to the base forms of verb. So the first we have affixation process to the word itself, and it create new word. Yeah, by the affix it create new word. And then derivation is a bound morpheme to combine with a word or a lexical category. Remember that the morpheme that attached to the word is bound morpheme, yeah, that combine with word or lexical root to form a new word. As I have explained before, that the affixation process is done to create new word, yeah. In modern language of the world, derivation has many of productive ways in relating the adjective to change the state of verb. Yeah, so it happens not only for the noun into verb or verb into noun, so it also happens to adjective. We have several examples for the affix that can be attached in the root that belongs to the process of derivation. The affixes that are included in the derivation process, yeah, it is included in terms of prefixes and suffixes. You still remember about prefixes? Prefixes is are the elements that attach in the beginning of the word, and then suffixes are the affixes that attach in the final positions of the word. Yeah, those are the bond morphemes. So here is the examples of prefixes like yeah, with the meaning of without or not, and then cooperation, like that, with the meaning of together, the opposite, yeah, they compose, like that, and then this also the same meaning to create opposite meaning, and then n as a cause to be something, x is the meaning of former, I mean the additional x to the word has meaning to add meaning of former or previous or from, yeah, from. And then also the prefix in as has function to create meaning of negative or not, yeah. And then the next is non, as meaning of the absence or not. And then re has the meaning again or repeatedly. And then un to create meaning of negative, not, opposite, and reversal. And then for the suffixes means the element that is attached to the final positions of the words. Yeah, we have able. It is to create a sense of being. And then er has meaning as an agent, And then full, it is characterized by. And then we, yeah, and make, become, cause, to be, ism as the action of practice. And then state or condition. And then the next suffix is less, has the meaning lack of. And then li has the meaning like. And then ology has the meaning study or science. Shape, it is not the similar or the object shape like that, yeah, it is not. This is the suffix that has the meaning condition and or character and skill. And then e here, to create meaning that characterized by inclination and condition. So the affixes here are belongs to the bound morphem that generally found in derivation process. Okay, and then the other example of derivation process, it is the lexical, the changing of lexical category. Yeah, take a look at the example here. We have the verb base. Remember that the base is the root that can be added by more than one affix. Okay. The example is sell. Sell is verb, right? When we put er, the first suffix er, so it becomes seller, and the meaning also change. The lexical category also change, become noun. Seller has the meaning as someone who sell, right? And then the same with sell here, right? Has the lexical category of verb, and then it is added with er, and then the lexical category is changed into noun, and the meaning also changed into someone who write. Okay, and teach with the verb as the base, and then added with er, then it changed the lexical category become noun, and it changed the meaning. Yeah, in the beginning it is to teach, and after it is added with er, it becomes someone who teach. Yeah, so it also happened the same or similar happens to sing and discover. Yeah, when the words has a process of derivation, once it is formed, the derived word becomes independent lexical item that can receive their own entry in speaker's mental dictionary. What does it mean? What does it mean? It means that when some words derive or has derivation process, so it form a new word, and this new word is independent with their specific meaning. So it distinct from the previous word, so we can recognize and differentiate that. For example, teach is a verb and teacher is a noun. Teach is to teach, and teacher is someone to teach. Yeah, so we have this kind of specific understanding about these two terms. Yeah, because after having the process of derivation, um, those two words are independent. Okay, you got what I mean? Yeah. And the next, we have English derivational affixes. Yeah, the first is suffix. We have like able, Asian, er, and then ing. We have two kinds of ing here. Yeah, and then if, al, man, full, and then il, and then ian also happens the same with ing. Yeah, we have two kinds of suffix. Yeah, and then ik. This is the examples, yeah. Fixable, realization, teacher, the shooting, and then the sleeping giant, and then impressive, and then disposal, adjournment, faithful, presidential, Arabian, and then Newtonian, and then cubic or estimistic, yeah. This is the suffix ik, yeah. And then the next we have also English derivation affixes too, for is, yeah, and then less, and then os, and then eight, and it, is, the second form, yeah, and then li and nas. This is the change as the previous one, from noun to verb, from noun to adjective, from noun into adjective, from adjective to verb, and then from adjective to noun, yeah, from adjective to adverb, yeah. These kinds of change, it depends on the affix that attach to the word. This is the examples like hospitalized, yeah, from hospital noun into hospitalized become verb, like that. And then blacken, from adjective black be and edit with an, it becomes verb. Okay. And then slow is adjective, it is added with li, becomes slowly, so it is an adverb. Okay. And then happy is adjective, added with ness, so it becomes happiness. On the lexical category is a noun. Okay. And then the third is about prefixes. Prefixes is in the beginning of the words, yeah. We have anti, we have the, we have this, and then we have x, we have in, miss, un, with two with two types of formation, and then re. Okay, this is the change from noun to noun, from verb to verb, and then adjective to adjective, and then so on, verb to verb, like that. And examples, this is the opposite meaning, yeah. Abortion with anti-abortion, pollution becomes anti-pollution, activate become deactivate. It is still the same category, the same lexical category, but different meaning, right? And then discontinue from continue, yeah. And then ex boyfriend or ex-wife, like that, yeah, from wife or boyfriend. And then misplaced, misunderstanding, like that. And then happy, from happy becomes unhappy. So here all create the opposite meaning, yeah, from the root. And then we also have something to explain how the structure of derivation process happens in the word, yeah. This is called as derivation at word. In the beginning, you have learned how to make tree structure of word when it is added with affix, or in this case prefix or suffix, right? So this is the same with the previous one. You have to identify the words that has been added with some affixes, and then identify the lexical category that influenced by the additionals of the affixes. In this case, the structure of derivation is built as an affix combines with a base of particular type to give a new word. Yeah, the examples here is teacher. So the suffix er is combined with the base teach. In this case, the meaning is change, and the lexical category also change. As the previous one, we have to write the root. Okay, in this case, the root is teach, and then in the other uh, space, we put er. This is as the affix, yeah, and then we state the lexical category of teach. Here is verb, and then for er itself, this is the affix, yeah. When teach and er is combined, teacher, so it becomes noun, yeah. Teach, verb with meaning to teach, while teacher has meaning someone who teach, yeah. So this is the tree structure of derivational process. It's still the same, yeah. but you have to understand the concept of derivation. Okay, and also I provide the other example. Yeah, the example is modernize, modern, and eyes. Modern as adjective, eyes as affix. Yeah, when it is combined, then it becomes verb. Okay, from the root adjective becomes verb, modernize. And then we also have different the other example, season, and then all, seasonal, like that. This is the root with the lexical category adjective, and this is all with the affix, but it is still becomes adjective. Okay. Oh, sorry. For season is noun. Typo. The season is noun and it is become adjective. Okay, you got a point? This is noun, yeah? Okay. Next, as I said before, when a derivation process occur to words, so it is possible to have more than one affix, yeah? When it happens with the root or with the base that is added with more than one affixes, so it is called as complex derivation when the change of a lexical category also influenced by the additions of the affix. Yeah. Since derivation can apply more than once, it is possible to create multiple level of word structure. So we have activation with the root or the base is act, active, with the affix if, at, and ion. What first uh, to form here is active, of course. Act if, active, from the base verb. When it is added with if, it becomes adjective. When active is added with at, yeah, so the adjective here becomes verb. When activate added with ion, so it becomes noun. So we have three layers of derivation process. The first active, the second activate, and then the third activation. You get a point for complex derivation? Okay, next. We have constraint on derivation. Of course, we have several limitations on the process of derivation. The first is derivation often does not apply freely to the members of given category. So in some category, derivation cannot be applied similarly. How is the example? We have suffix "and" here with function to change the word become noun with the meaning one who does. Do you still remember with the previous example of teacher? Okay, teacher is verb that change into noun with the meaning someone who teach. Okay, right until here. Do you get the point? Yeah. Okay. And then this suffix similar to er. Is it? As I said, teacher, the same, right? But for er, it is cannot be attached to some words, especially words that borrowed from Latin and Romance language. What are the example? The example such as defend, assail, contest, and serve. We also have the other examples of borrowed word from Latin or Romance, but we emphasize on this example. Yeah, those words Yeah, those words like defend, assail, contest, and serve cannot be added with er. If we want to change someone who serve something, so we cannot change into server. Yeah, yeah. It should be servant. Yeah, civil servant, like that. And defend. Yeah, we put and become defendant, and assail become assailant. Yeah, but if you think that, but mom, we also have ever heard about defender and server, contestant, contester, is it available? No. Yeah, nowadays we often heard about defender, like that. Defender, what is the meaning of defender? One who does the defense, right? So it is improved in our languages now, but the theory is still the same, that the and has function to change the word that borrowed from Latin or Romance to give meaning one who does. Clear? Okay, we go to the next. The second point for the constraint on derivation, sometimes a derivational affix is able to attach only two bases with particular phonological properties. What does it mean? Do you still remember about phonological properties? Phonological properties relate to the properties of sounds. Yeah, when we articulate or pronounce the words. Yeah, there are they depends on the sounds that produce. Yeah, in this case the constraints happen. The examples for the suffix en, take a look at the examples here. The suffix has function to change the meaning of word becomes a cause to become something. The example, white is adjective and then added with suffix en becomes whiten. Means some things that might be the color is blue and then I want to change it into white, then I can say I whiten the wood, like that. I whiten the book. Or have you I no no I believe that you are oftenly uh, see the word whitening, like that. Whitening. Okay, whiten here is verb, so it can be added with ing, whitening. Okay, that is acceptable. There is no problem with the phonological properties of the sounds white. White. What is the final characteristic of phonological sounds of white? White. T, white. In this case, the t here is the what is that? The stop. T, white. Yeah, the stop. White. Okay. The final sounds is stop. So it can be added with en. So this is acceptable. The next example is soft. Soft. Yeah. Soft is adjective added with en with becomes whiten. Soften. Okay. Soften. Soft. What is the final characteristic of the sounds in word soft? Soft. It is t, right? The same with white. It is stop. Okay, so it is possible to put en, become soften, so these kinds of condition is acceptable. What about the examples of blue? Ooh, ooh, blue. The final sounds is vowel oo, in which there is no obstructions of the productions of vowel oo, yeah, oo. So we cannot edit this sounds or this word with the element that started with vowel also or a vowel too. In this case, en started with e, right? Vowel. So the final sounds of blue is vowel, and the initial sounds of affix here is vowel e. So this is not acceptable. We cannot say blue one. Yeah, we cannot add blue one with glide w. It is not acceptable because the phonological properties of the sounds. And the other example, angry. E, it is impossible or it is not acceptable to add with an. Angryan, angryan. It seems like from E to E as a diphthongs, but it is not. Yeah, it is not acceptable. We cannot say angryan. Okay, that is the constraint in derivation. And in the constructions of derivation, we have two types of derivational classes. What are they? The first, yeah, is class 1 and the second is class 2. This is the set of derivational affixes. Yeah, so there are some affixes that belongs to class 1 and the other affixes that belongs to class 2. And what makes them different? Yeah, in this case, class 1, most of which are Latinate. It triggers changes in the consonant or vowel segments of the base. It also influences the assignment of the stress. So, when the additions of the word contains the class 1 affixes, so it changes the way you pronounce the vowel sounds that meet with the affix. It also has stiffness of the stress. How? Or in what case? Okay, take a look at this one. This is the typical effect on class 1 affixes. We have class 1 affixes such as et and then e or y here, and then if, el, is, us, and eon. Yeah, take a look at the sample of word. We have the root or the base sane. Sane, yeah, sane. The vowel that contained in the articulation of sane is a. But if we want to put that with it, it becomes sanity, sanity, sanity. Okay, it is no longer sanity like insane, but it becomes sanity, 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 like that. Okay, and the next, publicity, with the base public, yeah, with the final sound k, public, 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 like that. Yeah, the feller stop. It changes into s when it meet with the affix ity. Publicity, not publicity. It sounds funny. Yeah, it is not that way. Okay, and then the other example, democracy. It is from democrat, democrat. Yeah, when it is put with e, democracy. When the final sound is t, democrat, yeah, it changes into s when it meet with e, becomes democracy. Okay, and then if, yeah, for the word product, productive, product, product, productive. The change from syllable stress, product, that is the stress in the first syllable, become productive. Okay, next il, partial from teh to shah, and then publicize, from public become publicize, yeah, become s from ke, and then audacious become sh, yeah, audacious, okay, and then net, yeah, from teh become sh, nation. Okay, you got a point from class 1 affixes. Remember, it trigger the change, yeah, for the phonological properties, and then also the stress. Okay, public, public, public has stress in the first syllable pa, but it changed into publicity, blicity, the shift of the stress. Okay, this is the effect that occur to class 1 affixes in derivational process. What about class 2? For class 2 affixes tend to be phonologically neutral. It have no effect on the segmental makeup of the base or on the stress. So has no change or has no influence. Yeah. Example, nurse, less, full, is and able. Promptness, hairless, hopeful, quite full, defender, selfish, commendable. So no change in this class 2 affix. Yeah, class 2 affixes has no change. And then how if those two class appear in one word? When class 1 and class 2 affixes appear in the same word, the former type of the morpheme normally occur closer to the root than the latter. Yeah, the former type of the morpheme normally occur closer to the root than the latter. So what comes first? It normally comes near the root. Okay, this is the order. If we have root, then we put class 1 and can be added with another class 1. When it is root followed with class 1, it can be added with class 2. When the root comes, it can be added with class 2 and then can be added with class 1. Yeah, what is the example? Like domestic, domesticity, domestic, domesticity. Ke and se. Remember, it is the first class of derivational affix. And then the second one, spacious, spaciousness. Yeah, the space and ears, it trigger change, while after it form spacious, when it is combined with ness, there is no effect. And then class 2 and class 1, fearless and ness. Yeah, and then class 2 affix does not normally come before class 1 affix, except et for class 1 and able class 2. What is the example? The example here is readable and et. It becomes readability. Readability. It is not readable. Yeah, it is not allowed. So for these cases, for the et affix and able affix, we have exception. Yeah, it can appear. It can appear for the class 2 in the near to the root. Yeah, readability. Okay, is that clear for you all? So I have exercise here. Exercise 1, take a look at the tree structure. The word unhappiness has changed of its lexical category and the meaning by the process of derivation. Look at this. We have the base un here, and then it is constructed with un. first, yeah. Unhappy, yeah. Unhappy from happy adjective become here still adjective. Happy, unhappy, but it is opposite meaning. Yeah, when unhappy is already constructed, it can be added with ness. Unhappiness. Yeah, it becomes noun. Yeah, using the same agreement, like in unhappiness, justify the following word. Check the correct lexical category from Oxford Dictionary. You have to justify this word: incomprehensible, redisposal, and disestablishment. Yeah, make the change, yeah, like unhappiness, which one comes first, yeah. If you think that it also possible for the other construction, so you have to provide two types of tree structure. For example, unhappiness, well, actually happiness also can be constructed first, yeah. If I want to say my happiness is on you, like that, for example. So happiness can appear first to construct with what lexical category to construct, yeah. So you have to provide two types of tree structure if you think that two possible way in constructing the word, okay. For example, incomprehensible, comprehensible, or incomprehend first, yeah. Just think of that and check from Oxford Dictionary, okay. And then the next exercise, exercise 2. In English, the suffix er can be added to a place name. Examine the words in the two columns below. The first, column A, we have Londoner, New Yorker, Berliner, Dubliner, Newfoundlander, Newfoundlander. And then the column B, we have Glasgower, and then Denverer, and then Sydneyer, Australia, and Victoria. Okay, the first, you have to examine what does the suffix er mean in this word. What do you think the suffix er means here? Yeah, you have to make your own conclusion. What does it mean? Okay. And the next question is, state the constraint on the distribution of ER illustrated above in your own word. You have to elaborate what kinds of constraint that happens in that two columns, yeah, and then what condition that make those condition is unacceptable, for example, and then you have to explain that in detail with your own word. Why? Okay? You got what I mean? I hope so. So this is the end of my explanation for morpho and syntax for the topic of derivation. Yeah. So you have to do your exercise and then later just wait for my information in WhatsApp group, yeah. Don't forget to like the video. Okay? Thank you for today. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Stay happy and stay healthy.